Your coolant is probably not as clean as you think it is. Once you send it through 10 micron filtration, you'd be surprised what comes in on the material that you're machining. Got a fresh new 10 micron here. We'll be ready to go for next time. You always want to have some sort of filter in your unit. Just put it back on, put the lid down, and you're ready to go. Got 50 gallons of deionized water from our water jet here. Just filled that up. Now we're going to be putting in some Qualichem Extreme Cut 251C. I've seen John Grimsmo using this coolant for a long time, and if he's having good success with it, I think we will too. With oil like this, when you're doing a coolant mixture, I always say to people it's oil. Oil in last. If you add the oil first, you can have trouble with mixing actually. I like to add the oil afterwards and then actually use a mixing paddle. So we're going to give this a good mix and then we're going to check it with a refractometer. One thing you got to keep in mind is not every oil has a multiplier that is 1:1. With this coolant, if I read 8% on my refractometer, it's actually 8%. You want to make sure of that. Gonna give it a mix here. Hard to do with one hand. We're gonna get a reading and we're gonna see where we're at. See, this coolant looks like it's nice milky white. That's what I like to see. When you actually feel it with your fingers, it should feel really slippery in between them. That's a good indicator that it's going to work well for things like stainless. We'll be back. When you're actually switching to a new coolant like this, one thing that's important to do is use something like an alkaline base cleaner, where you actually remove all the old coolant and then you will replace it with a around 1 to 3% concentration of an alkaline cleaner and do about a 75% tank fill and really flush your system for several hours. The longer the better. Really get it through all your tanks. There's just enough rust preventative that you shouldn't get any flash rusting with a good cleaner like that, but it'll clean your sumps and your coolant ports and all that out nice. And then you want to get all that really vacuumed out and then do a light concentration mix of your new coolant. I mean, that step there, it feels wasteful while you're doing it, but it's good to wash that alkaline cleaner back out and then recharge with your final coolant. And that's really the proper procedure for doing a total coolant switch like this. And I can actually put up some links to some PDFs and different things with step-by-step instructions on changing over. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's see if I can get you up to the camera here. You should see a nice crisp line across. If you don't, keep mixing. If your coolant gets older and you no longer have a clear line, there might be a problem with your coolant. You might be getting some separation and you might start running into some issues. Alright, now here's the fun part. We're going to vacuum up this about 53 gallons with Freddy. And we're going to use the Freddy vacuum to put everything back into the machine. And what's nice about this, sometimes I'll leave some coolant inside of Freddy and just go around to the machines that need it and fill as we go along. You've actually got the discharge handle, which makes it really nice, just like pumping gas. So let's go vacuum. Let's see if I can even hang on to this. This thing has so much power. It's gonna do these 50 plus gallons. I'll talk to you so you can tell that it's real time. All right, I gotta really hang on to this hose. Gotta get the vacuum started. Here we go, we're off. It's heavy when you have that much weight in there. $15, $10, and it's empty. Now when you got the vacuum like this, what's neat about this EcoVac is I can actually run both pumps at the same time. I can discharge while I'm vacuuming. So you can do constant filtration. There's a 10 micron filter under here with a basket, so you can actually pull chips or whatever you need to straight into Freddy, and it has so much vacuum that as that filter under here gets pulled through, it actually dries your chips to where you can tip them right into your bin then. Just show you what it looks like inside here. You got your bag filter, and then beyond your bag filter you have a mesh tray. If I had actually taken this and put it against a flat surface and just not vacuumed any water, it would have pulled all that coolant right clean. You can see, even with fresh coolant, I pulled different chips and different things that were in the lines. I had actually done a hot water flush beforehand. You can actually take this basket, you see the nice handle, and this whole thing comes out. That's what makes this really nice. You can actually remove the front here and do a thorough clean if you need to at any point, but I like the Freddy, and I'm using them pretty much daily at this point. Some of you guys that follow our page frequently are probably getting sick of seeing the thing, but I'm telling you, I'm not sick of using it yet, I can tell you that much. Alright, now we can put all the fluid back in this hose here, and we're just going to use the discharge side, just like pumping gas. You can wash down the inside of your machine with it. This is really nice in the mill. Close this door a little bit, because you can actually remove all the chips, which is a big problem in a vertical, is swarf removal. Getting it out of the machine, and this just makes it really easy, because this thing has some serious power. If I turn this on full blast, I'll be wearing it. There's about quarter power, half. I'm not getting wet yet. There's 3/4. This will shoot about 8 feet straight out. Alright, there's full blast. But we used that alkaline cleaner, and then we did a little rinse. Now I'm just getting some nice rust preventative, which is basically what coolant is to these bare metal surfaces, back distributed around the machine. But that's pretty much the routine I go through when I'm doing a complete change down of coolant like this, and hopefully we'll be happy with this Qualichem 251C, and I'll let you know. It'll be about 6 months till I know for sure if we're really going to love it or not, but stay tuned.